Hey guys, my name is Ben, also known as BrainDeadly, and in this video I'm going to be going through the talents and the new abilities that have been given to us as a hunter in the new patch 5.0.4 and as we go into Mists of Pandaria. Just to tell you a bit about me, I'm a multi-rank 1 hunter where I got rank 1 in Season 7, 8 and 9, and I played at the Gamescom tournament, which was very recent at Germany, held by ESL, partnered with Blizzard. I also do hunter clips, videos and all sorts of other games on my channel, BrainDeadly EU, and I'm going to be going through the basics of the hunter class coming into Mists of Pandaria. Now you may think that Blizzard dumbed down the talents quite a lot, but that isn't actually the case. They've made it so you actually have to make really hard decisions when it comes to arena and what comps you're facing in arena and what sort of PvP you're doing, like Battlegrounds or arena or rated BGs for example. So the talents I'm using are Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera, reduces the cooldown of Disengage by 10 seconds and the cooldown of Deterrence by 60 seconds. That's massive basically, it's pretty much cutting the cooldowns in half of your defensive abilities, which allow you to survive, get traps and survive long enough to get a kill basically. The other talent is Narrow Escape. When you disengage you also activate a web trap which encases all targets within 8 yards in sticky webs, preventing them from moving for 8 seconds. Now this is also really good because it's one, not dispellable, and there are a lot of classes that cannot actually get out of roots with abilities such as Shapeshift for Druids for example. And then we've got Post Haste. Your disengage frees you from all movement impairing effects and increases your movement speed by 60% for 8 seconds. Now if that includes roots, I think that's a really amazing talent, but then again it does sort of get overshadowed by the other two in a way. Well, it gets overshadowed by Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera, because to me having your deterrence cut in half in cooldown to 60 seconds and disengage lower to 15 makes that really strong, but then again these may enable you to get a kill. You never know. You don't know until you try it when you're 90, when the game actually comes out. Moving on to the second tier of talents, we've got Silencing Shot, which is basically a 3-second silence. It also locks them out for 3 seconds if hit on a cast, like a Frostbolt for example. And then we've got Wyvern Sting, a stinging shot that puts your target to sleep for 30 seconds. That's 6 seconds in PvP. Any damage will cancel the effect, and only one sting can be active on the target at any one time. And then we've got Binding Shot. You fire a magical projectile tethering the enemy and any other enemies within 5 yards of the landing arrow for 10 seconds. If those targets move 5 yards from the arrow, they are stunned for 5 seconds, which is 3 seconds in PvP, and will be immune to the effects of Binding Shot for 10 seconds. Now I picked Silencing Shot because I feel that interrupts basically win in PvP, and for the most comps I play, like KFC for example, which is Warrior, Hunter, Healer, I feel that the more interrupts I have, more sort of control I can have individually without having to rely on other people. Wyvern Sting may have its place, but I still think that the 1 minute cooldown is just simply too long. Then we've got Binding Shot. This may be potent, say in rated BGs for example, but I still feel that a 3-second silence / interrupt is superior. Moving on to the level 45 talent tier, we've got Acceleration, a 2-minute cooldown, instant heal that heals you for 30% of your maximum health and your pet for 100% of its maximum health, which is basically about 100k health at level 90. And then we've got Aspect of the Iron Hawk, which basically turns your Aspect of the Hawk into Aspect of the Iron Hawk, which also gives you 15% damage reduction to all damage. And then we've got Spirit Bond, which is a passive ability. While your pet is active, you and your pet will regenerate 2% of your health every 2 seconds. That's total health. So that's around 7k health regenerating. At the moment I picked Exhilaration because I feel I need the sort of bursty heals when I'm in arena as to a sort of passive ability. Aspect of the Iron Hawk, I'm sure it will be amazing, same with Spirit Bond, but right now with the bursty state that the arenas are in, I feel that I need Acceleration. Now we have the level 60 talent tier. We've got Thrill of the Hunt, which gives you a 30% chance when you fire a ranged attack that costs focus or kill command to reduce the focus cost of your next 3 arcane shots or multi-shots by 20 focus. And then we've got Dire Beast, which is a 40-yard range ability on a 30-second cooldown. It summons a powerful wild beast to attack your target for 15 seconds. Each time the beast deals damage, you will gain 5 focus. Lastly, we've got Fervor, an instant ability on a 30-second cooldown, instantly restores 50 focus to you and your pet, and an additional 50 focus over 10 seconds. So this talent tier is basically the focus regen tier. And I would say that they were all roughly just as good as each other. They're hard decisions, but right now I'm testing Thrill of the Hunt just to see how it is. The level 75 talent tier, we've got Lynx Rush, which is a rapid ability just like Killing Spree, which sends your pet on a rampage, attacking 9 times over 4 seconds, dealing 200% of their normal damage. And then we've got Blink Strike, causes your pet to instantly teleport behind an enemy target up to 40 yards away from your pet to inflict 600% normal damage, 20-second cooldown. Lastly, we've got a Murder of Crows, summons a flock of crows to attack your target over the next 30 seconds. If used on a target below 20%, the cooldown is reduced to 60 seconds. This talent, I can tell you right now, is absolutely useless. The last talent tier that you get at level 90, we've got Barrage, which is basically rapidly fire a spray of shots forward for 3 seconds, dealing a total of 640% weapon damage to the enemy target and an average of 320% weapon damage to each other enemy target in front of you. So it's basically an AoE ability that will also hit anyone in the line of fire. Then we've got Power Shot, which is an 800% weapon damage ability and does 400% weapon damage to anyone in the line of fire and also knocks everyone back. Lastly, we've got Glaive Toss, which hurls 2 glaives towards a target, each dealing a certain amount of damage, and reduces their movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. Just like the other abilities, it will hit anyone in the line of fire. And I'd say all these 3 abilities are pretty much terrible for PvP. Glaive Toss right now is the best one. This is because it's got a low focus cost and a low cooldown compared to the other 2, which have long cooldowns and take your time because you have to cast them. Now, we got a few new abilities baseline in Mists of Pandaria, and I'm going to show you one of them. This one's called Stampede, an extremely powerful ability that you can basically send a truckload of pets on someone and it will do a massive amount of burst that almost no class can withstand. So have a look at this. Each pet doing about 12k when they bite, does quite a lot of damage in total. Besides that, there weren't really any other talent changes or new abilities that Hunter's got. There was one change though to Camouflage. Basically you can now use it in combat, and this can be used as a sort of Shadow Meld which Night Elves have, and you can use this to maybe evade one ability. As you can see, I'm doing it right now in combat. And you stealth when you're stationary, but it's only lasting for 6 seconds if you do it in combat, which still isn't that bad. And that was just about it from me, BrainDeadly. I hope you enjoyed this video of Hunter talents and new abilities in Mists of Pandaria. Let me know what sort of content you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video.